Hey everybody, what's up? UltraMag64 here. Today is Wednesday, which means it's time for another episode of Feed the Bronies. Now, last time we left off, I don't remember what I did. I don't. I've been so busy with this episode, because this is no ordinary episode, ladies and gentlemen. No, this is the Feed the Bronies movie. Yes, indeed. Basically, if you don't know what a movie in my terms means, it's basically going to be an hour-long video of me doing something spectacular, and I have something big planned, because not only am I celebrating the success of Feed the Bronies, I'm also celebrating my 500-plus subscriber and over 900,000 or 90,000 views on YouTube, so I thought I'd do something big, and boy howdy do I have something big planned. So what's going to happen is for this episode, in this episode alone, I'm going to be completely in creative mode, because if I did this in survival mode, oh boy, this would never get done. So for this episode and this episode alone, I am in creative mode, and that's just how it's going to be. Now, as you can see over here, I have something kooky and crazy going on. What is this thing, you ask? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. If you'll notice, I found a cloudhouse. Now, this is the only cloudhouse that's not broken. That one's broken over there. And there's some more over there, but I wanted to keep it, kind of in this area. And so what I did is I built a dirt tower all the way up there, because in survival mode you can't exactly fly, and it would ruin the fun of it. So I decided, you know what, the legit way to do this is to build a staircase up to this place, which I have not done yet, but I built a tower. Excuse me. And the first thing I thought of when I thought of this tower was, you know what this reminds me of? This would be really cool if it was like a sonic rainboom. And if you guys don't know what a sonic rainboom is, it is when a Pegasus flies so fast they break the sound barrier and the color barrier at the same time, creating a rainbow and a sonic boom at the same time. It's pretty spectacular. So what I did over here was I was trying to get it to look right in a rainbow, because a rainbow is kind of hard to do in a cylindrical form. I found that out this week. And so what I did is I went through a ton of designs. This is actually a mini build with two colors. See, I've got one using the lighter colors and one using the darker blue, which I don't know which one I kind of like better. This one kind of looks nicer, but this one has like a lot more color to it. I kind of like that. I think I'll go with this one, honestly. But anyway, yeah, this is what it's going to look like. And I wanted to go for the effect where if you're falling down from it, you look like you're going through a freaking kaleidoscope of awesome, and I think I've accomplished that. But enough of me yapping on about it. Let's go ahead and build this bad boy. If you want to follow along, and here's a look on the inside of this one too. If you want to follow along, you're more than welcome to. Although this one actually is a little bit bigger than my tower. This one over here is actually the size of my tower. It's actually dimensions and stuff. That's what was bothering me. This is actually the dimensions I'm working with. I'm working with a very small one, but that was just to get the design right. But anyway, we're gonna fly on over here, and I'm actually gonna talk about. I know we've got an hour, and I know that a lot of people probably don't want to listen to me yap on for an hour. I know, but I'm gonna have to do it. So there. But I thought that since this is Feed the Bronies, and the demographic I'm pointing towards is bronies, I thought I would probably give you guys my backstory as to how I got into bronydom and all that special jazz. And basically just, what I did when I was, my contributions, I guess. Besides this, I do some other things for the brony fandom and whatnot, and it's fun. So let's go ahead and blow this up so I can get a clean palette and go ahead and get started here. So I got into the brony fandom fairly early on. I wasn't there at the start of it because I honestly didn't know what to think about it. The thing that got me into watching My Little Pony was because it was done by Lauren Faust, and if you don't know who Lauren Faust is, she created Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Lab, Iron Giant. Well, she didn't create them per se, but she worked on those shows and other stuff, and there's just a bunch of stuff. And generally, throughout my childhood and throughout my adult life, I've loved her work, and so I was like, you know what, I'm going to give this show a try. And the first episode I actually watched was Feeling Pinky Keen, which I believe that was like episode 16 or something around that time in season 1. So I got in fairly later in the dawn of the Brony community. And I really liked it. I found that it was very enjoyable, and I still find it enjoyable even after Lauren has left the show. But it was a very fun thing, and the characters, they grew on me, and they didn't feel like flat, because a lot of kids shows, and I don't know why they do this, I guess just because they're kids and they're like, oh, herp kids are dumb, which is totally wrong. Wait, did I mess that up? Okay, no, I didn't. But anyway, so the characters themselves were fairly, in my opinion, they were really well done. You could relate to them. Because in most TV shows, you know, the characters are either so freaking perfect that only someone as perfect as I can relate to them, or, you know, they're not relatable very often. There are exceptions to the rule, but most of the time, you know, it's very hard to relate to a character. Or it can be for some people. Whoops. Did not mean to do that. But anyway, I also liked the animation. The animation was really good. I got into Flash animation a while back. Like, especially in high school, I was a Flash animator. You know, I was working on Flash and stuff. It was fun. I don't remember hardly any of it now, but I enjoyed it, and I was really thinking of doing that as a career, was getting into cartoons and stuff, because ever since I was a little kid, you know, and even now, obviously, I still love cartoons, and I've always wanted to contribute to that in some way, shape, or form. Many people have said I should go into voice acting, which I don't know. I'm not that big. I don't know. I've never acted before, okay? I'll be honest. I've never done any acting. People say I can imitate voices better than I can really, like, come up with my own, honestly, because, like, I can do a pretty good Waspinator, I guess. That's where I get most of my compliments from, is, oh my gosh, you sound like Waspinator. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Which I'm not going to do Waspinator on this show because I'm too self-conscious. I'm self-conscious about my stuff, yeah. No, honestly, I've done Waspinator so many times on different stuff without even thinking about it. But yeah, it's just, I always wanted to get into cartooning and stuff, and long story short, yeah. I don't know where I was going with that. Just thought I'd mention it. But honestly, in My Little Pony was kind of the drive I had for it, because, okay, truth be told, and I know I'm probably going to get laughed out loud here, and I know it's dorky, it's corny, it's freaking dumb, I know, but honestly, the characters of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, this doesn't seem right. Oh well, it'll look right. It'll look right once it's done. But, honestly, the characters of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic actually were very, inspirational to me. I'm gonna be honest. That they inspired me to, you know, take more chances, you know, change some junk in my life, because, honestly, I was not always the best of peoples. I was not always the, you know, cornucopia of awesome I am today. And they really helped me change my act, get my act together, so to say. And honestly, it was refreshing. It was refreshing, and I thought, you know what? If a show like this can change my butt around and make me fly right, you know what? I want to get into that and do that for somebody else. And that was what drove me to go into college and, you know, go into animation. Unfortunately, that didn't pan out because I actually, you know, once I got into animation again, I had forgotten a bunch of stuff, and it was just a whole big mess, and I haven't gone back since. However, I do plan to eventually, once I get all this mess figured out, what I'm going to do in my head and stuff. which can be hard sometimes. But enough about my stupid life. Let's see, what else? I was gonna mention something else, and it totally just blew through my mind. Whoops. Because when I'm thinking about building, I don't think about anything else. I'm just so focused. Especially when it comes to getting all the colors and stuff, right? Because then it's like, oh man, I gotta make sure this design's right. But yeah, I actually chose this design instead of going with just the straight lines. I thought, no, that looks boring and stupid. So no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna make this thing look freaking awesome and trippy, and it's gonna be freaking weird. Also, my voice gets a little hoarse. That's no pun intended there. But if my voice does get hoarse, then yeah, that'll happen because I'll be talking for an hour straight. Don't patronize me. It's not my fault. I really do want to thank all my subscribers out there. I've got like, to this episode, as of this recording, I've got over 520 subscribers. That is halfway to 1,000 subscribers. That is amazing to me. I mean, I never thought I was like herpaderp. You know, when I started this channel, I was just like herpaderp. You know, I'm just gonna be dumb and, you know, make this YouTube channel just because it's fun, and I want to have fun, you know. And to have people just be like, hey man, you're awesome, it really made me feel good. It was really like a very big confidence booster for me. And honestly, it was very, very fun. Because, you know, I come from a very, I don't want to say unsupportive, but very odd family, I suppose. Then again, I'm an odd person, so take with that what you will. But yeah, it was a very, very nice thing, and it made me want to do things, you know, like this, for instance. Just crazy stuff that I don't even know why I'm doing it. I just want to do it. Wait, did I put this in the right? Poop. I forgot to put in the top two. Poop. Gotta do that again. But honestly, I love you guys so much. You guys are just all buckets of awesome, just crazy people. Honestly, the guys that comment and stuff, and I know that not everyone in my subscriber base watches my videos. I realize that because you think I don't see that. You think I don't check my YouTube channel? Ha! Yeah, I check my YouTube channel. I know who's watching. I know you're out there. Yeah, you in the back. I see you. I see you texting on your iPhone. Don't think I want to escort you out of this theater, boy. But yeah, I do know who watches it and who don't. So I thank you guys who do watch them, because honestly, that makes me feel a lot better and makes me want to do, you know, try different things, you know, because honestly, when I started this channel, it was actually not even about gaming at all. It was, hang on, I gotta, oh no, I'm putting in all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm just, I knocked my mic over. I'm sorry. It's not my fault. But yeah, the reason I started this channel was actually for Transformer stuff. It had nothing to do with gaming at all. That's where the, you know, Ultra Magnus 64 name came from. Was Ultra Magnus was my favorite character and is my favorite Transformer, and yeah, I was just like, hey, I'm gonna do that. And that's where it came from. But eventually, I got into gaming and Minecraft in particular, because Minecraft has no point, and I could just be like, you know what, I'm just going to do infinite Let's Plays of this darn game because it's so freaking awesome. And I did. And I actually, when I first started my channel, I actually would call myself fully Ultra Magnus. This is Ultra Magnus 64. And eventually I got to the point where I was like, dang, man, that's just too long to say. Ain't nobody got time for that. And so I decided to shorten my name to UltraMag64, because that's just, it rolls off the tongue a lot easier. Whoops. Whoopsies. Ah! Also, a lot of people think I have a good, like, what was his darn name? Crazy Kong? He was in Donkey Kong 64. What was his name? Lanky Kong. Lanky Kong. People say I've like a very close voice to Lanky Kong, which I don't know. I don't know how you can get somebody's voice right just from, you know, all that crazy stuff. It's just like, how does that equivalent to it? He didn't even speak. I don't know. I was getting confused. I was like, hang on, wait. Also, I'm as soon as I get a capture unit, I will be doing a new series. It's probably not going to be anything, you know, current games systems. It's going to be retro gaming. This idea just dawned upon me one night when I was thinking, you know, as many people do on the toilet. And I was just like, you know what? I don't have a retro gaming thing. And yeah, I know you can get emulators and stuff and all that, ROMs and whatnot, but that's illegal and I don't want to participate in that, and I don't think I rightfully can because I am partnered with TGN and I don't think the people at TGN would like that, and I certainly would not want to get in hot water with anybody. So I'm going to have to do it the legit way, which is fine by me because I have all the games I need from that day and age. Basically what it's going to be is it would be me playing games from my childhood. And if you don't know, I was born in the early 90s and played a lot of games, you know, from the late 80s and, you know, up to the 90s and the 2000s, etc., etc. And to me, some of those games were the best games I ever played. I still revere some of those games as the best doggone games ever in the world. Okay, that'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. But I still revere some of those games as the best games ever in existence. Huh. Sorry. Okay, let's go ahead and put that there. Since it'll be there anyway. I think. Ah! I keep doing that. That's the one bad thing about creative mode. You gotta get everything just right. But yeah, let's see. What games would I be playing? I'd be playing Link to the Past. Link to the Past is honestly my favorite Zelda game of all time. I actually, truth be told, guys, the first game I ever played, that I can remember. I had an NES back in the day. And I did play it. I played Duck Hunt a lot. But the first game that actually got me into gaming would have to be Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, because that game was just so amazing. My best friend in the whole wide world, his name was Michael. He's still considered my best friend in the whole wide world. Even though we don't talk anymore, you know, we've kind of shuffled off our mortal coils and transcended into the world of awesome together. But anyway, he introduced me to Legend of Zelda and the NES, or not the NES, the N64. He also introduced me into the SNES, which is my favorite system of all time. I don't know why, but I actually prefer the 16-bit era to anything, even current gen. I love me some 16-bit graphics, man. That blast processing of the Sega Genesis, man. That blast processing. You cannot tell me that any current gen system can beat the blast processing awesomeness. That is the Sega Genesis. That thing just is a beast. But in all seriousness, I actually did like the SNES. Probably a lot more than I did the Sega Genesis, just because it had a lot more games that appealed to me. Like Dragon Quest, you know, Link's Awakening, or not Link's Awakening, Derp. Link to the Past. Link's Awakening was actually my first Game Boy Color game. I love the Game Boys. Man, those Game Boys. But anyway, let's see, what else? Kirby Superstar, that was a brilliant game. I mean, we need more of those. I mean, you got like 8 games in one thing. It was just like revolution. I was like, holy cow. And then you get Steam sales nowadays. And then, if you don't, Steam sales. You get so many games now. But yeah, back then that was just a treat. That was awesome. Speaking of Game Boys, oh my gosh. Let's see. My first Game Boy was a Game Boy Color. It was lime green. And, I love that darn thing. And you know what I did with it? Back in middle school, I gave it to my girlfriend. Then we broke up 3 weeks later. Never ever, guys, if you're out there, never ever, ever give your girlfriend a system. Don't do it, man. Just don't do it. Unless you're married to that, unless you got a ring on that finger, don't do it. That's a bad idea. You'll have a bad time, because I regret that. Ever since I did it, I was just like, why did I do that, you moron? Because I actually liked playing that. I mean, granted, I have a Game Boy. I still have my clamshell Game Boy Advance SP, which can play my Game Boy Color games and all that biz, and I don't need to put batteries in it and whatnot. But it's just the nostalgia of holding that darn thing and being like, how could I possibly have seen anything on that tiny, tiny screen? Because, you know, I got old wizard eyes, and I'm just like old Granny Granderson here with my crazy old people eyes. And honestly, I cannot tell you how I could possibly have seen anything back then, because those darn screens are, I don't know if you guys know this, but those darn screens are so tiny compared to what we got now. Like, I've got a 3DS, almost a Game Boy DS, whatever. I don't know where I was going with that, but I actually have a, whoops, that's wrong. That's not right. I actually have a 3DS XL, which is a joy to play on. If you guys didn't watch my unboxing of that beast, that's an awesome system to have. Hang on, I'm getting a little confuzzled here. Give me a sec. Wait a minute. Hang on, I screwed this up. See, I get too busy talking, and then I'm just like, you know, herp derp derp. I can has build. Okay, so that goes there. Okay, so then this one goes yellow. Okay. I'm just dumb. Just a dumb. Trying to do his dumb thing. Okay, now we go to yellow. Sorry, I'm thinking. I'm a thinking person. But anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, 3DS XL, yada yada, big screens. But yeah, those things were tiny. Like I owned all the Game Boys ever, except for the Game Boy Micro, because that was a terrible idea. Even my eyes can't see past that darn thing. But yeah, that game was just those Game Boys, man. Those Game Boys, I miss those things. They need to bring it back. They need to bring it back. Speaking of Nintendo, if you guys are Club Nintendo owners, and you probably already know this by now, but if you don't, the Platinum and Gold rewards for the Club Nintendo are live. And they're giving out posters and a Majora's Mask soundtrack. Now, I played Majora's Mask. I actually have the original copy right on my desk. And I love that darn game. That game was so much fun. But, so I picked that up, obviously. But if you didn't, you can pick up your posters or your soundtrack, whichever. Or if you want, you can pick your calendar if you got gold this time, which, you know, that's understandable. But if you got gold this time, you can pick up your game. You can pick up some games, too. You can pick up Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers was a childhood gem of mine. I, to this day, could sit down and play the original Smash Brothers and just be enraveled in hours of fun, because honestly, that game to me is a timeless classic. I could sit there and play that game forever and just be like, man, this is some quality stuff. Because honestly, the Smash Bros. Series is one of my favorite series of all time, because it's so darn fun. I mean, honestly, sitting down with your friends back when there was no online multiplayer thing, co-op, blah, blah, blah. Back sitting down on the couch with your buds, playing some Smash Brothers, that was the days. Those were the days. I mean, me and my friend Michael, we played Melee a lot, and we played the original Smash Brothers, because he had an N64 too. He was actually the reason I got an N64, which was awesome. I love that guy. But anyway, yeah, it was awesome. I mean, we played Melee together. I I was always the Pichu back in Melee. I loved that Pichu to death. And in Brawl, I was the Pokemon trainer. Pokemon is another one of those series where it's just like, I still play it to this day, and I'm proud of it. Darn it. I know it's a series for kids, but I can't stop playing me some Pokemons. I got to catch them all. And what's funny is actually, I've discovered this in the black and white, and I don't know why I didn't discover this before. I guess because I was just so enthralled in being a Pokemon master that I didn't care. But you will never catch them all. As long as Nintendo's making the games, you'll never catch them all, because they'll always come out with new ones, and then you'll be like, darn it, I gotta go transfer all my Pokemons from there to this new game. And I was just like, how could I have not seen this beforehand? It's just like, really? I'm never gonna catch these darn creatures because it's just not possible. Oh boy, it's just, it's hilarious when you think about it. Or at least it's hilarious to me because it's just like, you know, you realize you're never gonna catch those darn animals. You're just like, I know, but I'm gonna keep doing it anyway. Oh boy, it's crazy days. Crazy days. Okay, next up is green. Let's see here. Start it down here so I can put it in ascending order. Alright. This is looking pretty good. This is going pretty good, I gotta say. A lot easier than my other one. My models over there. That was some painful stuff. Because I was trying to figure out how to make it look good, how the way I wanted it, and stuff. And I couldn't... What I really wanted to do for this thing was I wanted to make it look like a gradient. I wanted to make it look all seamless and just be like, rainbow explosion. But I couldn't do that, unfortunately, because there's not enough wool colors in Minecraft, which sucks. Honestly, there needs to be more wool colors. Where is my colored wool, my jang? But anyway, yeah, it's just, it's a fun, I'm having fun. I'm having myself a fun time right now. Ah, boy. I'm already tired. Because this is actually very, very tiring. Getting all this... Imagine doing this in survival. Oh my gosh. No. No, I don't want to imagine doing this in survival. No. I'm so glad I decided to do this. Honestly, I was just thinking about this and I was just like, you know what, I'm never going to get that done in survival mode. So I'm just going to do it in creative mode. And this is the only episode that's going to do that. Just to save me headache and time, because let's face it, the book 4's not even finished yet. Look at that thing. That thing's not even done yet. I will get it done eventually, though. Honestly, I do plan on getting it done. I just have to find the time in between doing everything else to build it. And I also, honestly, the reason it's not getting built is because I don't have a schematic in my head. I've got a rough idea of what I want out of it, but honestly, the reason this is getting built before that is because I was just like, right when I saw it, I was just like, boom! Inspiration. And it just hit me like a ton of bricks. So hopefully this turns out the way I want it to. I'm also considering putting rings at the top that like span out, you know, like the Sonic Rainboom did. And then have a triangle roof and Rainbow Dash sitting up top there. Not the real Rainbow Dash, not the one down there, no. Just a model one. But I don't know. Still mulling over in my head as I build this thing up. Also, if you're still tuned in, we're 30 minutes into this crazy hour. Whoops. We're 30 minutes in. Let's see, to prove you guys are watching. You could just technically skip ahead and know. But just to prove you guys are watching, someone comment down below saying, give me a sec, let me think of something. I don't know, vinyl scratch, I don't know. Something. I don't know. You don't have to do it. I highly doubt anyone's gonna stay tuned for the entire episode, because you got some determination, bro. That or you just want to build your own rainbow tower, which, either way, it's cool with me. I don't care. I like that you guys are watching. if you're watching, so thank you. Honestly, the Feed the Bronies show got, like, really, it was, I think it's become my flagship series, honestly, because, I mean, everyone likes that series. I get the most views on that series. That and Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy got, like, was like a sneak attack. I was just like, you know what, I'm going to make this a hardcore survival series and see where it goes. And boom! Holy cow, smack my face with a rubber fish. That's just, wow. You guys really love yourself some hardcore stuff. And I was blown away by that. I was really loving the fact that you guys love it. Because I love that series, honestly. I like that series a lot. It is so fun to play. The speed cam you guys are going to watch next episode, which premieres Thursday, if you don't know. I do a Final Fantasy every Thursday, and they're awesome. But if you don't know, the speed cam on that thing is going to be awesome, and it's going to be crazy. So keep an eye out for that. Once the episode pops up, you'll be watching it. So there. If you watch the episode, you'll watch the speed cam. Oh my gosh. I was actually thinking of doing a speed cam of me building this giant dirt thing, but then I was like, you know what, that's stupid. Because you're going to watch me rebuild it anyway. Because I'm going to be sitting here color coding everything. I'm going to go colorblind before this is over. I hope you guys love me. Because I'm going to go colorblind. But for you guys, I actually do want to thank every 527, I think, of you for being awesome people and subscribing and liking my content and just all around being awesome people. Because honestly, if it wasn't for you guys, I probably wouldn't be doing this series, and I probably wouldn't be doing anything in YouTube. I'd be sitting, being bored all my day long. This thing is going right? Yeah, it's fine. I was thinking I got off track. You know what would be terrible? If I finish recording this thing and find out that, oh, your audio didn't record, because that's happened before with me. That's happened before, where Fraps or something will glitch out and be like, oh, hey, you had a thing attached to you had microphone? What is this microphone you speak of? And it's just, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's awful. I hate that. I hate when that happens. Because then it's like, great, I gotta destroy this thing and build it all over again. So hopefully that doesn't happen. That would be travesty. That would be all the bad things. And I can't just go and check, because then I'd have to stop the recording and be like, oh, I have to check. You know, all that biz, which is no fun. Because I like to keep the happy train rolling. And if I find out, oh, hey, you know, your thing didn't record for the 30 minutes you started, I'd be very upset. And the happy train would be stuck in the station. And I'd be very, very upset. There we go. Oh boy, I gotta tell you guys, this thing is a lot of color. And I really hope it turns out okay. I hope that you guys see my vision that I had going into this, because this thing is not like what I want to do for this series in general. Is not only build up my creativity, like, I want to be able to up the ante, so to speak, of my building Skittles. And yes, I said Skittles. I want to up the ante on that, because, I mean, you know, I build stuff, and sometimes I'm impressed by what I build, and sometimes I'm just like, why'd I build this thing? But I honestly, like, I want to challenge myself, so to speak, on buildings and stuff. Like, I want to be like, you know what, okay, let's turn this thing into something crazy. Like, that thing over there, that thing's nothing. That thing, I should do something crazier. You know, because I want this world to be something just fantastic. I want it to be so imaginative and so off the wall, crazy, pony, madness, rainbow, flufflepuff. I don't know. Sparkles. But, yeah, it's just, I just want to challenge myself, and I thought that this would be a good challenge, although, you know, whether it is or is not is still waiting to be seen. Who knows at this point. Really hoping this turns out right. It looks like it's turning out in my head, the way I had it in my head. It looks like it's going that way, but, you know, with me, anything can change in a heartbeat. It can be like, oh, this is going fantastic. Good lord, what did you make this? Kill me! Kill me now! You know what'd be really cool? You know how we have the heads in Minecraft? Why can't we, like... You know how we can make snow golems and stuff? Why can't we make, like, zombie Frankenstein things? That'd be cool. Like, put a Steve head on top of, I don't know, a purple and blue wool and make a mini Steve? I don't know. It'd just be cool. It should be one of those things where it's like, why don't we have this? Also, I got rid of my inventory. My inventory is completely clean. Because I accidentally hit this forsaken button right here. When I shift-clicked it, then I force a habit. And so my inventory's gone, and I have to go watch a previous episode to see what exactly I had in my inventory before next episode, since next episode will be back to normal. And then we'll go explore the cloudhouse, because we're not going to do it this episode, because we'll probably be okay if we finish this freaking tower by the end of the episode, end of the movie. If we finish the tower before the end, by the end of the movie, then you know we'll do crazy other stuff. But right now, I just want to finish this tower. Whoops. Go in there. Ah. Oh boy. Dear Lord. What was I thinking? This tower is so unnecessarily large. Why make it... What? Cloudhouse, why you gotta be so tall, man? Seriously, you could have been a little bit lower to the ground, you know. But oh no. You had to be difficult. You had to be like, hey, I'm gonna spawn right over your head, but I'm gonna be the biggest tower in the whole freaking world. I'm gonna be the biggest, highest up cloudhouse of all the cloudhouses. And then my neighbor's gonna be like, dang, son, he got a big cloudhouse. Daddy, why don't we have a cloudhouse like that? And I'll just be like, son, you wish you had a cloudhouse like that, uh-huh. My cloudhouse is the best cloudhouse in the freaking world, brother. I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, that's what the cloudhouse thought. The cloudhouse was like, hey man, I want to be the best cloudhouse in the world. What would really be kind of cool, but also a little bit dangerous, is if ponies actually spawned in the cloudhouses. That'd be kind of cool, but that might be dangerous because, you know, they might fall off. Because, let's be honest, is any pony around? They're not the smartest of things in this Minecraft mod. They're not the smartest of things. Alright. Whoops. Also, the bad part is I've put this thing near a snow biome. Pfft, I hate biomes. I hate snow biomes. Oh my gosh. You know what'd be cool? You know what'd be cool? To have a giant robot. Have a giant robot just be like, hey man, you want to lift up to that cloudhouse? I'll take you up to that cloudhouse. I just gotta, you know, stand up. And I'll be there, man. That'd be so cool. Speaking of giant robots, let's segue into another thing. I want to go see Pacific Rim. I want to go see that movie. That movie, if you guys don't know, back in my day, we had a show called Voltron. Not the new one. Not the new one. The new one, oh gosh, let's not even speak about the new one. The old one, the old 1980s, you know, early, I think it was early 90s too. I think they went into that. No, I think they actually were running reruns by the 90s. I don't know. But the old Voltron show, I miss that. I miss... I'll form the head. I'll form your head, good sir. I miss that show. Another show I miss, and this actually applies to the new one too, Thundercats. Who else misses Thundercats? I miss Thundercats. If you don't know, I say Thundercats a lot. Well, okay, not a lot, but I say it when I need to, or when I want to, when I remember to, okay? But I do love the Thundercats, and I also loved the new one, because it had a lot of love in it. It had the original Lion-O voice. I mean, seriously. It had the original Lion-O. Why? Why, Cartoon Network? Why? I think the reason Cartoon Network exists lately is because, oh, let's see how many toys a show can get. Because Young Justice, another great show, got canceled because, oh, toy sales. Yeah, those things, not doing so hot. It's like, okay, wait a minute. Since when did the toy sales have anything to do with ratings? If you're getting good ratings, aren't you getting good money too? It just doesn't make sense. I mean, I'm no business analyst, obviously. I'm not a business guy, so I don't know all the behind-the-scenes stuff that goes on behind businesses. But, I mean, seriously, if a show is doing good, why do you need toy sales to go with it? I mean, granted, that's more money in your pocket, but it doesn't make sense to me. I just can't, I don't understand why. And another show, Symbiotic Titan. Same reason it got canceled, too, was because, oh, hey, we don't have toy sales. Can't make a toy for a Symbiotic Titan. I guarantee you, I could make toys for Symbiotic Titan. I already had ideas for toys for Symbiotic Titan. But oh no. Nobody else can figure about. No, No, of course not. But oh, we can have Annoying Orange on our channel. Oh yes, that'll sell some stuff. That'll sell some toys. Let's just glue eyes and a mouth onto an orange and sell it off on kids. Yeah. The pet rock phase all over again. I don't get it. I honestly don't. Because it just doesn't make sense to me if, you know, you can have a show like Annoying Orange, but oh, heaven forbid we have a show with no toys following them. I mean, granted, the toys for the Young Justice toys or the sales for the Young Justice toys probably weren't the best. But, I mean, honestly, when people are watching, it's like, you know, why bother? I remember when TV shows used to be to entertain someone, not to sell you a toy. Granted, the Thundercats were guilty of selling you toys, but at least they did it with style, you know? At least they did it with style. That's my rant for the day. Let's see. That there. I think this is going to turn out rather nicely. Granted, I know it's not done. Look at that. That's still pretty good, though. It's looking pretty good. If I do say so, If I do say so myself. I'm so freaking good at my job that I just had to plan this thing out. Like, honestly, this took a lot of planning. I didn't think it would take this much planning, but I was just like, man, this takes a lot of planning. Which I hope it reflects in the episode. I hope you guys are loving this, and I hope that you know, enjoy it. And it's just, it's nice. I love the fact that Feed the Bronies has gone this far, honestly. Because most of my series don't get to episode 17. Actually, do they? Nah. Honestly, guys, if you watch, I make more videos. That's if you like a series, share it with your friends. If you like a series but it doesn't get that many views, like I don't know, Blood Dragons. Blood Dragons didn't get many views at all on my channel. Honestly, I can see why, because I'm not exactly, I'm more PC, you know, kid-friendly channel. I'm actually a family-friendly channel, honestly. Channel for all ages, but I can see, you know, oh, hey, doesn't appeal to me. But honestly, if you like a series, promote it. You know, I mean, I do my fair share of promoting on social networks and stuff, but honestly, if you guys like a series, then share it with your friends, and I'll keep making videos. As long as people watch, I make videos. But if people don't watch it, then there's no point in me making a video about it, because A, that's how I make my money, and well, it's not about money, but that's how I make my money. And if nobody watches, then there's no point in making a video, because I just waste my time when I could be making videos that people do want to watch, you know? Craziness about YouTube, right? We're just all crazy about YouTube. The YouTube is so crazy. That YouTube is so crazy. Another thing a lot of people say, I sound like Shaggy. I don't see it. Like I can do it. pretty okay Shaggy impression, but it's nothing. It doesn't sound like Shaggy. Like, the guy who does Shaggy sounds like Shaggy. I sound like a guy trying to be Shaggy, but I'm not Shaggy. What'd be really cool is if I could do an Optimus Prime voice. That'd make my day. I swear, that'd be the most epic. That'd be the best thing ever, because I'd just be like, you know what? I can just make announcements all day in my Optimus Prime voice. Although I wonder if Peter Cullen did a Let's Play only in his Optimus Prime voice, would you get tired of it? Because honestly, when I hear Peter Cullen, you know, being Optimus Prime, I get goosebumps. Like, that makes me so, that just sends shivers down my spine. It's so good. It's like, his voice is like the soothing song of the angels. Honestly, I love Peter Cullen. Me and him are like best buds, even though he doesn't even know who I am. We are best buds. Oh boy. Oh, and Frank Welker. Frank Welker. Good sir, you are the apple of my horrible, horrible eyesight. Okay, wait. I'm a little confused here. Give me a sec. Derp. I think that's right, right? I think that's right. But yeah, Frank Welker, let's see, who else do I like? Tara Strong, obviously, because Tara Strong is, not only is she a good voice actress, she's also really into helping, you know, charities and stuff like that, which I can respect that. I respect her because she is just she's an awesome, strong, independent woman, and I honestly love her for being just who she is. I like her a lot. And let's see, who else? I did say Peter. Yeah, I said Peter Cullen, Frank Welker, Scott McNeil. Scott McNeil. Yeah, he's another good guy. I love me that Scott McNeil. That Scott McNeil guy. He is a character, and I love him. Oh my gosh, I wish he would get more work. I truly do, because I love the guy. He is so awesome. Another series I remember really well is Beast Wars. I was recently watching that on Netflix, and man, hearing Scott McNeil as Silverbolt and Waspinator, and who else did he do? I think that's actually it. I can't remember. But I think that's all he did. He only did Silverbolt and Waspinator. But I love that guy. That guy is just awesome. Also, did you guys know that Cranky Doodle Donkey, apparently, I haven't researched this at all, I just saw, I think, like, a thing about it, but Cranky Doodle Donkey's voice actor is the same guy who did Captain Ginyu in the Dragon Ball series. I was like, my brain just exploded all over the floor. Dang nabbit, I just got that thing dry cleaned too. Great, now I gotta clean gray matter all off my carpet. Fantastic. But I was just, that's crazy. I didn't even notice. Like, I didn't even make the mental, like, oh, hey, that's Captain Ginyu. It's like, I didn't even make that. But I have to go rewatch Dragon Ball Z now. Even though, honestly, the US version really wasn't that good compared to the Japanese version. Because the Japanese version, in my opinion, had a lot more charm. And, you know, it just, when it takes 2 episodes of guys screaming at each other at the top of their lungs to do a fight, that's just, it's just, really? Because, I mean, honestly, I guarantee you go take out, like, the episodes where it's like, half the episodes is a guy screaming at, I guarantee you'll have a much shorter series. But that's just my opinion. Honestly, that's just my opinion. And you're welcome to love Dragon Ball Z. I love Dragon Ball Z. Honestly, I did. I liked Dragon Ball Z as a kid because these guys fighting each other with laser beams and super kung fu powers. Who doesn't love that? Am I right? Okay, where am I? Where are we now? We are 10 minutes. We are, holy cow, we have passed an hour. And we have not got this thing done. Dear Lord, save me. Oh boy. Well, worst case scenario, we go over. We'll go over and, because I want to get this done on camera. I want to get this all done on camera. Because you guys deserve that. This is a movie, dagnabbit. And a movie is a lot longer than an hour. A whole lot longer. Let's see. What movie did I go see recently that I wanted to talk about? Let's see. Was it White House is Down? President Down? I don't remember. It was some action movie with presidents and guns and stuff like that. It was, eh. I thought it had its funny moments, but honestly, eh. I'd rather go see Pacific Rim, because it's got giant robots. And if there's one thing I love more than, cheesecake and funnel cake, it's giant robots. Because giant robots are freaking awesome. I mean, seriously, who doesn't love... I would pay money to get inside a giant mech and just be parading around town. I'd love that. That'd make me so happy. You have no idea how happy that would make me. I guarantee you, no one in this earth would know how happy that would make me. Besides me. No, I don't even know. I don't even know how happy that would make me. Also, if you notice, it's been perpetual day. It's been day nonstop. Celestia has decided, you know what, I'm going to pull Nightmare Moon and just make it day forever. No, this is actually just this episode. Because I didn't want to have to bother with monsters and stuff getting in my way or making noise where I didn't want them to and yada yada. I could turn it on peaceful, but then it's just like, eh. And plus, it's easier to see during the day. So there. Argument invalidated. Oh boy. This is this better look good. I have to say this better look good, or I'm gonna beat some Rainbow Tushy. Okay. Let's see, what else can I yap on about for another 7 minutes or so, however long this takes. Running out of topics to think about off the top of my head. Let's think. Let's think of another giant robot show that I've seen. There really aren't that many. Okay. Oh, yeah. I got something. Okay, guys. So if you don't know, Toonami is back on the air. Thank heaven. Oh my gosh, my child. The April Fool's thing was kind of cruel in my opinion, because they've had all the retro shows. Oh my gosh, it felt like I was a kid again. This is not right. This is not... Darn it, I messed it up! No! No! No, darn it. Ah, bollocks. That's not cool, man. That's just... Dang it. Why'd I do that? Dumb. You dumb? Look what you did. Look what you did, you dumb. I gotta fix it now. Whoops. Wow, I can't believe I did that. Dumb face. Okay, is that one right? I can't see. Okay, let's just get rid of it just in case. That's my train of thought. There we go. Here we go. Okay, get rid of all that, because it's all wrong. Okay, there we go. There we go. Everything's right with the world again. Wait, no, it's not. Dagnabbit! What did I do wrong now? Darn it. Oh, Lord. No, that's not right either. Oh, that's yellow. Dumb face. You dumb face? With your dumb faceness? That's not right either. Dang it. Okay. There, are we good? We good now? There we go. Now we're good. Jeez, crisis averted. Okay. Now where was I? Toonami. Oh yeah. That show, that was awesome. Well, it wasn't really a show, but you know what I mean. It was an awesome block of anime goodness that you watched as a kid after school, and you were just like, oh my gosh, why can't I have more of this? And then it got canceled in the 2004? Was it 2004? Then they bring it back in 2004. It got canceled several times. It got put off the air several times in its lifespan, and it made me very upset to see it go. Like, I think, what was the last lineup they had? They had Death Note at one time, just a whole bunch of anime. Really good ones, too, which was very sad for me. But, yeah, they just took it off the air eventually, and a very sad day for me, very sad indeed, because I was very upset. Because I grew up with Toonami, and it was sad to see it go. And once they brought it back for April Fools on Adult Swim, they had all the retro shows. They had Tenchi Muyo, they had Dragon Ball Z, they had... I don't think they had Sailor Moon. That would have been a treat, though, because I haven't seen that show in years. What else did they have? They had Yu Yu Hakusho. They had... my brain's forgetting Cowboy Bebop. A few other shows that I don't remember off the top of my head. But they had all the classic shows, and I was just like, oh, my brain was just... I was literally on a nostalgia high that entire night. I stayed up the entire time watching that darn thing, because I was like, I don't care if I may never get to see this again, so I'm gonna freaking overdose on it. If I die tonight, it will be a good death. And thankfully I didn't die that night, but it was still fantastic. It was wonderful. And then they brought it back now on Adult Swim every Saturday night, and they don't have many of the classic shows. They have Cowboy Bebop. I think that's it for classics or like original. They have Inuyasha. I don't think ever got on Toonami. I think that's about it. But they have a whole bunch of new shows like Soul Eater, Bleach. Obviously, Bleach is still going. The one show I don't understand why they got was Naruto Uncut, because honestly, it's not that different from the show they had aired on Cartoon Network, except for the blood and mild cursing and whatnot. Well, at least yet. It'll probably get better as time goes on. But again, it's just, I don't see why we need to have Naruto in Toonami, because it just doesn't make sense to me, but... There's some people who likes him, so I guess I'm gonna shut up and let them like what they like. Let's see, what else is there? There's what's that one show? Darn it, Iruka 7. There's Iruka 7, which I don't know. That show at first it got me hooked, and then it just kind of petered out for me. It was just like, so. But what else did they get? They also got Thundercats, the new Thundercats. They have that too, which makes me so happy. Because honestly, I never got to catch up on that series because I never knew when it was coming, when a new episode was coming, so I never got to watch it. Which probably is why it got canceled. Not really. But, yeah, I love that series, and to be able to watch it again, it's not the original. Granted, I'd love to see the original, because I haven't seen that thing in years. Oh my gosh, I haven't got to see the original Thundercats in years. That show would be so amazing to have on DVD. I would literally just die if I had the whole series on, or even Netflix. Come on, Netflix, get your act together. Give me some Thundercat love, please. Pretty please, with sugar cubes on top. Because honestly, I want to watch that series again for just so how magical it was. I mean, I loved that series. Also, Sailor Moon. Oh my gosh. I hope someone out there in the audience remembers Sailor Moon because I will feel very old. Don't make me feel old. We're out of time, but I'm going to keep going anyway because I break the rules all the time. But please tell me someone remembers Sailor Moon because if you don't, I'm going to feel very old. And you don't want me to feel very old, do you? You want me to be a spry young 30? I'm not actually 30. I'm not even 25. I'm actually 21, for those who are wondering. But yeah, I remember that show fondly. Oh gosh, and it was so lame. It was like, honestly, thinking about it today, it was probably the lamest thing in the world. But I loved it. I loved it. Honestly, the dub was probably horrible. I don't even remember. I don't even remember the voices. I don't. I couldn't tell you because I don't remember. It's been so long. But, I mean, seriously, that show was like the bomb diggity back then. Oh my gosh. I remember that show so fondly. Another show I remember in the early 2000s, oh, what was that darn show called? It had the green robot people. It was fully 3D animated. Reboot? I think it was Reboot. I'm not sure. Oh, and Code Lyoko. Oh my gosh, I'm getting in all kinds of. I'm all over the place now. But yeah, long story short, Toonami is the best thing ever. And if you like anime, you need to go watch it. Even if you don't like dub, I understand a lot of people don't like dub, but for me, anime, I prefer sub. But just because Toonami is so awesome, I'll bear dub. Because sometimes dub can be good. It just depends on who's doing it. No, get away from there. Let's see. What else? Oh, yeah. Classic Nickelodeon shows. Oh, my gosh. See, now I'm getting into all my childhood and stuff. But, oh, my gosh. Nickelodeon had some real good shows back then. Let's see. Monsters Under My Bed. Hey, Arnold. Cat Dog. What else was there? There was some good ones. Let's see, how's this thing looking? This thing is actually looking pretty sick! Look at that! Boom, baby! Maybe I should just... Ooh, that's a good idea. Brain, I like what you're doing in my head! Here, I got an idea, guys. I got an idea, and we're gonna try it and see how it goes. I hope it goes well. Ooh! See, my brain is thinking stuff, and I like when my brain thinks stuff. Ooh! Because, see, sometimes, like, this happens a lot with me building stuff and whatnot, is I have an original idea, and then I just do it, and then I'm just like, oh, what if I did this? And it's just like, it's so much better. And so I'm going to do that idea, because that actually sounds going to look pretty cool. We may have to deal with the monsters later, but I'm gonna try it. Ooh, I love my brain right now. Brain, you are so freaking awesome. Yeah, right. That's right. Nope, that's right. Yeah. Sorry, my brain. The downside about having an amazing brain such as mine is the fact that I think things way too much. I think about things way too much. I think of random things way too much. All right, there we go. There we go. Yeah. Yes. Okay, I forgot what I was doing. Okay, that's complete. Okay, is everything complete? Everything's about complete. Well, wait, we gotta get this thing done too. So what would be next? Red. But I really like this. Okay, so what I was gonna do was... Wow, that's sick! Yes! It looks so awesome! What I was gonna do is actually just leave this out and just have it open. Because I think that might actually look a lot cooler from the outside. Let's just see, let's give it a try. Because, you know, on my channel I like to try new things, and this could be like the best thing ever. I don't know. We'll find out, won't we? Because honestly, we only had 2 colors left. And I don't know, making it all closed and stuff doesn't really, for me, doesn't really fit the rainboom idea. The rainboom idea is kind of all about beauty and freedom and, I don't know, America. But yeah, I think this will look a lot better. Especially since it goes gradually up, like it just spirals upwards. Let's see how that looks. That is sick! Dude! I'm like a freaking genius! I'm loving that! I love it! I mean, granted, it could be a little bit bigger, but actually, let's make it bigger. Why not? Why not? Why not? Oh gosh, that's another Pokemon. Well, we can't really make it big. Oh man, we got this to worry about too. Maybe we put glass in this. I don't know. I'm a thinking person. Man, that looks so good. Look at that. I like that a lot. Dang, like it looks so good. And my camera's starting to stutter, which means we're running out of room on my hard drive. That's bad news bears right there. Oh man, this is I don't know. I like it. I know that some people are gonna be like, no, it looks stupid. And that's just fine. Because everyone's entitled to their own opinions. Because that's just how it is. That's how life works. Everyone can't be right all the time. However, I, in my honest opinion, like this look, and I think it looks cool. I might even expand the hole. Who knows? Yes, yes, I love it. Like, it just looks so rainboomy. I don't know. Looks like Rainbow Dash just decided, shoom, I'm gonna make a corkscrew. And is that actually what it's called? I think that's what it's called. Whoa, holy cow, I just blew my own mind there. Because I know what a corkscrew is. Which I don't know anything about air stuff. See, I don't even know the name of it. I don't even know the name of the term I'm thinking of. But apparently I know the term corkscrew. Oh my gosh, this looks... I think this is gonna look really good. I think for once I'm gonna do something good! Okay, let's see how it looks. Let's see how it looks from a distance. Yes! Yes! Dude! You're blowing my mind here, Rainbow Bro! That is epic! I mean, granted, we have this giant hole in the... We have a giant hole, granted. But it just looks good. I like it. And the ride going up there with the stairs, that's going to look so sick. Dude, I am so proud of my brain. Thank you, brain. You're getting a gold donut today. Holy cow. I love when my brain does that crazy stuff, man. That is sick, yes! Dude. What's that? Oh, I guess it's the squids. Okay, so what I was going to do for the stairs, and I actually may decide to do this off camera. Maybe. I'm thinking. My brain is thinking. Okay, we can get rid of our stuff now. That is so... Look at that! Dude, that is awesome. I'm thinking of using quartz. I can't go to the nether just yet, so I'm questioning if I should or should not, since, well, obviously, you know, we can't go up there yet, because we don't have stairs on it. But I don't know. That is just awesome. I'm so proud of myself. Look how proud I am, Mommy. Look, you Sunny Boy has done something good for a change. That's just awesome looking. I don't know how this will look, though. Honestly, I don't. Okay, wait. I don't think this is how I make my... I have to think. I've forgotten how to make stairs. Okay. So sue me. That is not how I make my stairs. That is not how I make my stairs. Darn it, no. No, that's not how you do... No, that's not how you do stairs. Okay, I know I remember. I have to remember how to make stairs, darn it. By Jove. No. No. There. Okay, I think that's how we make stairs. I forget, okay? I'm sorry. My brain is not functioning properly right now because I've recorded for an hour. So sue me. I don't know, I might put glass in here. But that just kind of, I don't know, the glass would look kind of dorky. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Okay. I know how to make stairs, I'm just dumb. Okay, let's go with that. I'm just dumb. Okay, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. No. 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 I don't want it that way. It has to be perfect. We got a derp stair. No. Stair, you are really trying my patience, aren't you? We'll go with it. We'll work with it. I don't care. At this point, I'm just glad that my freaking thing didn't fall apart on me. Okay? At this rate, I'm just glad my staircase didn't blow up or something. Darn it, my brain is just stupid, okay? My brain's just stupid. See, I know it was this. I know how to do this, but my brain's just not thinking straight. Because I'm so psyched about my freaking staircase. No! You dumb, don't... No, no, no! I hate you, stairs. I hate you so much. Now you're facing the wrong way, you dumb. I hate stairs. With a passion. I hate how they just do that now. They just automatically, they're just like, yeah, we're gonna... Stone... How is this a stone slab? What are you... What are you on, and where can I get some of it? Because that is not a stone slab, sir. Okay. Really hating you right now. This is right? No, wait. It's pattern. I have to remember the pattern. It's that, then stair, then that, then stair, right? I think that's right, actually. I think I'm actually right on that. Yeah, so technically it would be... Hit you with a burning passion of 1,000 suns. Lord. Okay, there. Sheesh. Suffering succotash. Ugh. Sometimes Minecraft can be a real annoyance. I'll be honest. At least I'm honest. Great Gatsby, this is gonna look awesome! I hope. Hope it does. Maybe it would have just been cooler to... Well, no, ladders would look ugly. No way. No way am I putting ladders on that. Oops. Okay. There we go. And yeah, I know we've gone over an hour, and I'm sorry, but you know, this took a lot of time. And in my opinion, this looks sick. So I'm happy with the results, and I hope you guys are too. Let's hope this staircase, though, doesn't screw it up. Just like, oh my gosh, it's so ugly now. Why did you do this? Magnus, why did you do this? Also, if you guys comment down below asking my name is not Ultra. It is actually Magnus on this. So, yeah. I know it makes no sense. It's like Ultra Mag 64. Why not just call yourself Magnus? Because I can. Okay? I want to call myself Floppy Dick Sparklebutt. I can. So, just, if you comment down below, it's not a big deal, it's just personal preference, honestly, but that's just how I like to be called. I like to be called Magnus, but it's okay if you call me Ultra too, because I understand. But for future reference, just for future reference. Oh man, these headphones are hurting my ears now. That's when you know you've been recording for too long. Oh, this is gonna look so fantastic. I'm gonna wrap this in plastic and sell it on eBay. That's what I'm gonna do. Hey, you want me to build you a house? Yes? Pay me $1,000 and I'll do it. Do it for $1,000. Not really though. But if you guys really do like this building and you want to copy it, then that's completely fine. I don't care. Because honestly, in my opinion, if you like something and you want to, you're more than welcome to take the original concept and make it your own. Honestly, that's how I feel like creativity goes, honestly. Because I mean, if you look at it, like take video games for instance. Video gaming, pretty much everything's a copy of something else. It's just that people take it and spin it in their own way. And that's what I love about the video game industry is that, just because something, is similar to something else doesn't mean, or takes inspiration from something else, doesn't mean necessarily that it's a ripoff or, whatever. It just means that, someone decided, hey, I'm going to take this idea that I think is really neat and turn it into something that is even neater, in my opinion. But, again, some people don't see it that way, and, well, we'll just have to agree to disagree, I suppose. Let's see. Oh yeah, did you guys know, I don't know if you guys know this, but the guy who voices SpongeBob, the Ice King, who else? That's all I can remember at this moment in time, but the guy who voices SpongeBob and the Ice King was the mayor in the Powerpuff Girls. And I truthfully did not know that until I just put two and two together when I was rewatching. Because if you don't know, Powerpuff Girls is on Netflix right at this time. And so I was like, oh, hey, sweet, I'm going to go down, I'm going to take a trip down childhood lane and watch me some Powerpuff Girls. And I did, and it hit me, and I was just like, dude! And I didn't know that. I never knew that as a kid. Well, then again, I never watched a lot of SpongeBob as a kid. Because, honestly, in my opinion, SpongeBob kind of got old after a while. But that's just my opinion. I mean, I know a lot of people like SpongeBob, and I have nothing against you if you do. For me, it kind of got old. So, it just grew into something I did not enjoy, and if you enjoy it, then more power to you, everyone is entitled to like different things, honestly. I mean, I'm not one of those people who are like, you have to like the same exact thing I like. You have to be the same exact thing as I like, or else you're nothing to me. That's silly. That's just silliness. And how much further do we have to go? Why? Why? Why do you have to be so tall? Oh, it's so big. Okay, let's just see. That actually looks really cool. I like that a lot. Let's check the staircase. Because I think I'm actually going to cut it off here, guys, because my head is actually starting to really hurt. Alright, but it looks like it works. and it looks sick. And I am just beyond satisfied with the results of this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Feed the Bronies movie, and I hope you stay tuned for next week's episode. And next week, things will be back to normal. We'll have, everything will be back to normal, survival mode, etc. And we're going to go explore that cloudhouse. That's a promise. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a fantastic day. If you watched for this entire episode, thank you so much for watching. And comment down below saying ponies rule. Sure, why not? But anyway, guys, I'm UltraMag64. As always, happy gaming! Wow.